Hey everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And the internet's taking us a lot of Disney stuff this week, but that's to be expected given all the news and the movie that was recently released.
Well, because Disney told Comic-Con, go fuck yourself. Like, we had to have known this was coming.
But here's the thing, though. Going with that, Disney told Comic-Con to go fuck itself. But still, at the same time, did the ultimate mic drop and owned it.
Still had the biggest dick there, which was not at all surprising. But it was one of those things that we kind of knew this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's, it's Comic-Con Part 2.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, Disney, they finally released a schedule for their upcoming D23. It's for 3 days, going on in August, from the 14th to the 16th, and they only showcase some of the major events that are happening in one of the three big rooms. So they have, like, their Disney Legends Awards, where they, I think they're honoring, like, 10 or 15 people that had significant Disney contributions over the years. Things like Danny Elfman.
Yeah, he's the only one I know and cared about.
George Lucas is going to be in there, but I think that's kind of like, well, we bought your franchise for over $4 billion. The least we could do is give you a little 2-foot bronze statue.
Even on top of that, I mean, think about it. Star Tours has been a permanent feature
Tours,
there for
Indiana Jones.
Indy. Well, because I remember when it was in Florida, they had an Indiana Jones stunt show, and they have way more Star Wars-y shit.
Yes, they have a whole Star Wars like land. They have a giant AT-AT.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a little more than the fact that they bought George's shit and told him to get the fuck out.
Yeah, true. This is also going to be the weekend where they're going to showcase all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff that was supposed to be at Comic-Con until Disney went no. That's all taking place.
Just at Comic-Con, we're like, you want it? You want just the tip? And everyone just starts salivating.
Some minor things of note. There's going to be a 20th anniversary reunion of the cast and crew of a Goofy movie.
There better be a Powerline concert.
There has to be something there. Come on, everybody out there's going to be singing anyways, so. Of course, we're going to showcase all the new Pixar stuff, the Good Dinosaur, Zootopia, that's actually Walt Disney Animation. Also new stuff for all their new theme parks. I'm guessing more Marvel stuff and more Star Wars stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Can't think of really anything else they're going to do.
Yeah, you know why? It's the safe bet.
It is a safe bet.
Fuck you, Tomorrowland.
God, you're...
Yeah. You killed Tron 3, you son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Okay, you actually saw the movie and I didn't, but I'm still holding you personally responsible. We're supposed Jessica's the one that threw that in my face, not you.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't say shit about that anymore.
You didn't even see it.
Yeah, you didn't even see it. Jason made me go see it. That means he gets 2 credits. You don't even have 1. Fuck you.
It's the only thing I have over you, over everything else.
Yeah, your girlfriend had to do the mic drop for you.
Yeah. Well, before we go on to our reviews, what are the drinks we have? I totally forgot the name of this drink.
It was called Extra Strength.
Extra Strength? Really?
Yeah. But it's an Ant-Man themed drink, I guess. Jessica found it on Pinterest or Imgur or something.
Ah, yes. It was...
Reddit.
Yeah, it was on Reddit. It was an image of a little card that they passed out at the Alamo Draft House. A really cool independent theater chain that they do... they like to try to create unique drinks and unique experiences. Yeah.
And they don't they normally team up and do like was it Mondo posters or whatever the fuck
stuff
it is?
Like that. Yeah. For the Ant-Man thing, they actually had these little tiny cards in a magnifying glass that actually had the drinks, and this was one of them.
Well, this is me makeshifting it together just because.
True.
I had ingredients. I did not know measurements or instructions. Basically threw it together to where it was basically like.
It's almost like Dayquil syrup.
It's not that bad. I mean, it has the cherryish taste because it said maraschino.
Right. Didn't
even say anything about maraschino. It just said maraschino. And there was like a weird maraschino syrup. So I'm like, all right, let's just do a dash of that.
Let's do that, yeah.
It's like a martini and an old fashioned had a baby. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. I don't know. Like I said, it's just me fucking with it and trying to recreate something that I had nothing to do with.
True. The beer that we have, actually, I'm really enjoying. It's from Ballast Point. It's called Calm Before the Storm. And what was the reason you decided to pick this one up? Was just
because the logo looked like the helmsman from Pirates.
That actually works well. It's a beer. It's a cream ale with coffee and vanilla. You can definitely taste the coffee. Really smooth. I'm actually really enjoying this.
Yeah. Ballast Point hasn't let me. Oh, aside from Grunion, they haven't let me down yet.
Not everyone.
Well, no, because Sculpin and Grapefruit Sculpin are really, really good. Mm-hmm. And and they're both IPAs.
Yeah.
Which my preference. That says something. Grunion is just a pale ale, and it's hoppy and bitter as shit. Like I tried it, like wow, this is not great. Can I just have the IPA, which should be stronger? And but
oh well, like I said, no one has a perfect streak, so
no, like yeah.
But let's get to some of the reviews. We just checked out a couple things over the past week.
Well, Ant-Man's the biggest one. Let's
Yeah.
go off that one first.
So with this, essentially, the way I'm looking at it, it's a comedy heist film that just happens to be placed inside the MCU. There really wasn't too many major tie-ins. There was a ton of small tie-ins here and there.
Well, here's the thing. It's the first real big movie Marvel's had where they didn't have to have it, like, tied to something.
Exactly.
It was, like, because I have a feeling it's like, all right, let's not completely throw it in there and tie it to the Marvel Universe. This way, if no one gives a shit, we don't have to worry that much.
Right.
Like, I think they're just trying to play it safe at this point. I mean, other than Falcon showing up and the S.H.I.E.L.D. reference in the beginning, there's really not much.
But honestly, I was actually perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Is because everything we've seen so far in all the Marvel movies, it's always super hero A gets introduced. You find out their backstory, introduce their villain. Third act, they have a giant battle, and as you go on from movie to movie, it's just you add more people to the cast. This one was just like saying, okay,
it was self-contained.
Yeah, all that happened way over there. This happened at the same time elsewhere.
I mean, like, there was the subtle nods to the other shit going on in the movies. But, I mean, now I feel like most Marvel movies, what they try to do is like, yeah, I have Iron Man. Okay, let's hint about another Marvel movie we're going to do just to make sense and tie it all together.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, it's like, yeah, it's Ant-Man. Avengers happened. And we're going to move on.
Yeah.
And it's not like they talked about it. It's like this one thing that if you weren't paying attention, like, you could have missed it.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I actually really enjoyed it, was because of that fact that you didn't have to rely on them slamming in your face every time. Hey, remember Thor? Hey, remember Iron Man? Hey, remember? Yeah. It's nothing like that. It was, yeah, this happened. But the writing was great. A lot of what Edgar Wright initially did, as far as all the reviews are saying, who read his initial script.
The people who read both scripts.
They're saying there's a lot of it still in it. I wish they would add more of it to it, because I love the dialogue. The comedy was great.
Well, the dudes involved in the heist, they kind of annoyed me.
What was it, like the driver, the guard, and one other guy.
The hacker.
The hacker, yeah. I understand in order to have a heist film, you usually have to have some.
You have to have a crew of some kind.
But they could have done so much better with that crew. In this situation, I know they were used for comedy relief, but when you have Paul Rudd already in there, you really don't need additional comedy relief in there.
Yeah, like, he was perfectly fine, and then they just, I don't know. A solid B movie. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was cool to see Marvel try something new. Ish.
And that's one of the reasons why I probably place this so high on my favorite Marvel movies list, is because it's different from the tried and true aspect we've seen so far over the past, 10 years?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, yes, the heist aspect of it, but it was still a superhero movie. I think this was them testing out their, like, weird new formula for the fact that all the Avengers we know, we've seen their movies. We know their shit. Phase 3 starts after Civil War.
No, Phase 3
Phase 3 starts with Civil War.
Civil War, yeah.
But if you look at all the movies slated for Phase 3, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, these are all these movies that are going to have to stand on their own. And they don't have the luxury of having, like, was it at the end of Hulk? Or I think it was Iron Man 2. It was Iron Man 2, yeah. Where Tony Stark walks into a fucking bar and talks with Thunderbolt, and you talk about Hulk. You don't have that anymore.
No.
You're not going to have subtle tie-ins, because these movies are just going to be like a one-off that ties into something else.
Because now you're getting to the point where you have some characters that are not really as well known as some of the people in the Avengers. First off of that list was in Phase 2 with Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. And was it Peter Gunn or Paul Gunn? I forget his name. The director. I think it was Peter Gunn. Could be wrong. James Gunn. I'm horrible. I'm trying to think of the theme song now. Sorry. James Gunn did a phenomenal job with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think that's Disney going, okay, so some of our more obscure characters can make us money, can be popular. Ant-Man, I think, is going to do a fantastic job. They were number one at the box office at $58 million for opening weekend.
What did they have to go up against? Trainwrecked? Or Trainwreck?
Trainwreck, yeah.
Which, you know what, also not a bad movie. I actually really enjoyed it. But when that's the only thing... Someone was like, dude, it beat Minions. Minions been out for like 2 weeks. What did you expect?
That, and also, we saw Minions.
Minions made all the money it was gonna make opening weekend.
And that was it. It petered off. It went, hey, look, we're really good.
Because it wasn't good.
The soundtrack was good.
Yeah. Fuck you, stealing my words. Like, I felt so bad, because I didn't see any... I saw the first Despicable Me, didn't see any other ones.
Right.
And at the end of that movie, I'm just like... The soundtrack was good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all I had to say to Jason.
The Minions were great as bit characters for the Despicable Me movies. This proves, to me and many other people, they really can't hold their own. It was like, what did someone say I was reading? It's kind of like watching a foreign film. You said this, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
The foreign film without subtitles, yeah.
You're just confused half the time. And especially me, whose sister is like, wait, are they fucking speaking French? Well, no, that sounds like Spanish now. And then I think I heard an English word in there. I don't even know what the hell they're even trying to say.
Yeah.
It was some kind of hodgepodge. Anywho's off track.
Yeah.
Ant-Man was good.
Yes.
It probably will be like Guardians, where it had a strong beginning, like not super like superhero strong.
Yeah.
But it'll continue
to take off. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say take off. I think
so?
it'll just be steady.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, it wasn't as fun as Guardians.
I'd agree.
Because Guardians, I have no problem admitting, I could probably show that movie to my grandmother, and she'd be like, "This movie's funny and this is brilliant." I could show it to a 5-year-old, and he'd be like, I am Groot. Like, Talking Raccoon, they would still enjoy it.
There was a lot of aspects to that film that captured a bunch of stuff outside of just the characters. You had all the pop references.
But I don't think you would have that with Ant-Man, though.
No, you really would not.
That's what I'm saying. It's not as mass appealing.
Right.
It is good, and I think people who see it will enjoy it. But I think some people won't be as susceptible as, say, Guardians.
Good point. Well, let's move on to the other movie that we watched, a classic one. We are continuing our Bond a Week marathon up to Spectre. And we watched Diamonds Are Forever, which was a kind of a bittersweet moment.
Well, I mean, it was weird seeing, Sean Connery, like, starting to get the little grays, getting peppered in the side.
Right.
It was cool to see old school Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica squeed for like 10, 15 minutes when she saw the elephant play a slot machine.
Mm-hmm. And started shaking.
Because that's like a culmination of like her entire childhood in like 2 seconds. A slot machine and an elephant that played the slot machine.
And Circus.
Yeah, I mean, that basically screamed our childhood. But, like, it was a solid Bond movie. It continued off of having Blofeld as the main villain.
Yep.
With the weird shell game nonsense he was playing at.
The shell game nonsense, the duplicates, I mean, it was...
Well, that's what I meant by the shell game. Like, it's which one is the real one? Is it that one, or that one? Well, you killed that one, so it's one of these two.
Right.
He fucking punted that cat, and that was awesome.
I mean, the action was solid, but I feel that because it took place in the States, there was a lot more rowdiness to it that didn't really need it.
Well, I felt like they kind of needed to at that point.
Really?
Yeah, because, I mean, James Bond's only fucking gonna get wackier from here. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they probably seem like the easiest way to do that. It's like, let's just go American where we can fuck off and do our own thing. I mean, come on, they make fun of the moon landing being staged.
Yep.
Basically like, America, you didn't really do it.
Which I still left that because you have the guys in the space suits.
Just really walking slow. Everyone else.
And then here's Bond's running face, and they're like, no. I'm like,
they're still trying to stop them in slow motion, which is fucking weird. And then he fucking like hijacks the space car, and just like outruns dudes in little like quads and shit. It fucking was weird, but it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, yes. Yeah, but now we get into the Roger Moore era.
Live and Let Die is the next one.
Yeah.
You get crazy. Basically, it's the bad guy from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. When I was flipping through the book, I'm like, Jude, come on. But we'll talk about that one eventually when we watch it. I mean, that Diamonds Forever, solid Bond movie.
Yep. Like I said, we were doing this in leading up to 007 Spectre. There was a brand new trailer that was released recently. I think it was the past 24 hours, I believe.
Yeah, it was today.
It's
Christoph Waltz's Blofeld.
Yes.
Christoph Waltz's Blofeld.
It has to be
so much
Blofeld.
yes. I mean, I think they're probably, again, I think we talked about this before, they're pulling J.J. Abrams with Khan.
Yeah.
It's not Khan, guys, I swear. It's like, fuck you, it's Khan.
Yeah, no, yeah, just let
Whereas
us...
it's like, no, it's Christoph Waltz.
And besides, a modern take on Blofeld, I think Christoph Waltz should be able to do a fantastic job with it.
Oh, dude.
He's a great actor.
When I first heard he was Blofeld, and even while watching the trailer and they kind of showed him talking, just that gif of Christoph Waltz, I think it was in Inglourious Basterds, just...
Yeah.
Like, that's all I fucking thought. And I'm like, yep, that is me watching this trailer.
I mean, you see, more gadgets, of course, the new car.
It's got to be dark and gritty. Gritty
Jesus.
and dark. It's your favorite Bond, or your second favorite.
It is my second favorite Bond, and I enjoy many aspects of it.
Him off, not me.
Yeah, Jess is apparently not agreeing with me with my selection for second most favorite Bond. But you know what? That's my
like
opinion.
I said, at least yours is more popular than my third favorite.
Timothy Dalton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've told many people that. They're like, are you fucking kidding me?
You were correct when you were stating that Timothy Dalton's version of Bond was he gave no more fucks. It was just him on the loose.
Yeah. You're a loose cannon, Bond. Turn in your badge and your gun. I think that's an actual line of dialogue in it.
Is it?
Yeah, because the whole, like, in the movie he did was License to Kill, and it was turn in your license to kill.
Yeah.
Give me your badge and your gun, Bond. You're done. Although this movie version, it definitely seems like a much more, at least from the trailer, it looks like a much more expedited version.
Yes.
Because this is the first time we're meeting Blofeld, and in the it looks like the beginning of the movie is him hunting and trying to kill Blofeld before actually getting a face-to-face.
Right, and they've already mentioned a few times in interviews and whatnot that they're going to see a lot more with, and a conclusion to Mr. White. The whole thing that started with Mr. White in, what was it, Casino Royale. He was a bit...
the guy who whipped him with the nuts, right?
No. The guy at the end, the guy got shot. Mr. White's been so far in Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall.
Yeah, remember your Bond made Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I tend not to mention that because, yeah.
Makes you look like an ass. Yeah, your Bond did Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
Yo team. But no, like, it looks fun. I mean, it's, you already know that we get drunk and we go see movies. Mm-hmm. It's what we do. Like, this one might just be like, I'm gonna get an old fashioned or two and a beer, and I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I will be delightfully sauced, but not hammered.
No, because you're gonna want to be able to enjoy this, not just.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, it's one of those movies I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah. So we have more than a few left, but hope you guys are following up with your own version of the Bond a Week Marathon, and let us know what you think about it as well.
Not even halfway.
I know, it's so many to go. Going back to Disney for a second, they released the first actual trailer for The Good Dinosaur. This is a Pixar film that has been in the pipeline for years. Went through a number of major changes, even swapped out directors. I believe they changed part of the story as well. They replaced, I think, 90% of the voice cast at one point.
I mean, that still means nothing. I mean, dude, look at Shrek.
True.
I mean, Shrek in conception is way different what it ended up being.
Yeah, it's very true, but for the better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying this is probably the exact same thing happening.
I mean, there's
with
no
Pixar.
rule to know. We never saw the original version, but
the
version we got was amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Pixar is that, with the exception of maybe one, maybe two stumbles, they've been really, really good on not only animation but characters, story, making sure you had the feels, because everything is fucking feels.
The last two movies they did was Cars 2 and Planes. A spin-off of an animated movie that wasn't that great, starring Dane Cook.
But it is making them billions.
They have nowhere to go but up at this point.
Yeah, good point.
See what I did there?
Yeah, very nice. Well played.
But yeah, no, like, it should be... I mean, I'll fucking see it. I mean, it'll probably be one of those things, Jess will probably be like, let's go see it. Yeah, cool.
The thing is, I'm already geeking over this trailer just because, one, the visuals are so unbelievably fucking gorgeous.
Well, yeah, that's what Pixar does. Pixar does, like, beautiful animation. I know that seems weird to say, but it's beautiful animation. Where DreamWorks, what they do is they do beautiful realism.
Yes.
Like, their shit looks more realistic than Pixar, but Pixar makes it look just beautiful.
But here's the thing, though, with The Good Dinosaur, the backgrounds look purely photorealistic. It's that impressive. And it's to the point where the characters that they're using to tell this story seem to be out of place with this world, with this environment. And that's got to be a choice they've made early on.
See, for me, that just has a Disney feel to it.
Well, the dinosaur that you see in the trailer, he has a very Disney-ish, soft look to him.
But I mean that in the sense, like, if you're at Disneyland, you are stuck in reality.
Right.
But you see fucking Buzz Lightyear walking around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you peek behind the curtain, you could see Buzz Lightyear fucking high-fiving Darth Maul.
Good point, yeah.
So, I mean, there is realism involved, but at the same time, you watch a parade. You're telling me you couldn't see a parade with that actual dinosaur walking around?
I could easily see that.
And
in
the
future.
fact that everything's real and that just the dinosaur looks cartoony, that is right up Disney's wheelhouse.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Like, that's what I see when I see that.
And I had to give props to the editors at Pixar because the trailer, it's just like a 2.5 minute trailer. And it already evoked so many feels. And I'm like, God damn it, Pixar,
dude,
I haven't even seen the damn movie yet.
Well, dude, you've seen that one image that makes fun of it. It's like Pixar ideas. All right, what if toys had feelings?
Toys had feelings. What
if bugs had feelings? What if cars had feelings?
And then they went completely meta with Inside Out with what if feelings have feelings. And now we're to what if dinosaurs have feelings. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm going to go see this opening night. It's a Pixar film. Why wouldn't I? So,
no, like, I'll see it.
Yeah. Sticking with Disney, but going over to the TV side with ABC. We've talked about it a lot already about the new upcoming Muppets TV series.
Last week, I think you sent me the link. Someone released the entire panel at Comic-Con for the Muppets, and they were good. And they were kind of like, "Hey, cool, this is what's going on, but we can't show you the actual pilot footage that was like 10 minutes."
Yep.
And then like a week later, they're like, "Quit fucking asking us. Here it is."
Yeah.
Stop.
They even mentioned that in the first 30 seconds. It's like,
now leave us alone. It was cool. I mean, it seemed like most of it was what we already saw. In
the trailer that they released, just an extended version.
Yeah, out of like 10 minutes, all of like 2 minutes of it is shit we haven't seen.
Something like that. Yeah, it's just extended parts of it. But even so, to be able to see the actual pitch video used to help greenlight the series, I think it's nice to see.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bits in it that I was laughing pretty hard at. They're definitely going for a more adult-style Muppets, which I am all for.
Yeah, no, I remember, when I was watching it, the staff was just kind of like, dude, this is very, I'm like, yeah, it's adult, come on. Yeah. They made the joke that the band is now happy, legally.
Yeah. Current, hating he's being stuck on the 405. Gonzo making jokes about the whole mockumentary.
Well, dude, Animal makes a reference, or it makes a comment, Animal will do nudity if it's tasteful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this just further solidifies my excitement for this.
Well, I feel like they now know their demographic.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like, the Muppets with Jason Segel and whatever her name was, that was good because it kind of played to both adults and children. The second one, Muppets Most Wanted, was mostly just a child movie.
Right.
I mean, as an adult, it's like, oh, that's cute. All right. Yeah. And that was it.
There was no aspect of going, okay, that's...
Yeah, there was no super adult humor that's... Right. Or at least with this, they're like, okay, what did we learn? Mm-hmm. People who watch the Muppets now are just all grown-ups.
Hit the nostalgia factor, make, jokes that are aimed at that older demographic.
Well, now that they know their audience, I feel like they're able to finally hit their stride and keep going.
Not to mention still probably, I'm guessing, enough stuff that's going to happen within this TV series to also bring in the little tykes to get them...
Oh, yeah.
But thinking at that point, the adults will be watching this TV series. Their kids will be like, what's this? And next you know, oh, son or daughter, I have so many things to show you. And let's go through all the movies and the specials.
It's that marijuana. Here's your first taste. Enjoy it. And then before you know it, you're buying a $300 box set.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of box sets, Back to the Future. Its 30th anniversary is coming up very soon in October. To coincide with that, they're going to release a brand new DVD Blu-ray box set.
Oh, shit, I didn't even notice that.
Which
comes with the animated series.
Yeah.
Because there's something you didn't know that's something you didn't really want, but you're getting it.
But it's in there. It's for the completionist in your life. Includes all 3 movies on Blu-ray, the complete animated series, a 64-page book. The package it comes in is actually a freaking flux capacitor.
Have you ever read the books that come with like the DVDs and stuff like that?
I have actually, yeah.
Okay, because I feel bad because I keep getting like I'll buy the special edition version. Like I'll probably end up buying this, but it's one of those things like oh cool a book. Kind of like when you thumb through a magazine at a doctor's office. You don't actually read it. You pick it up, you look at the pictures, you move on. But I don't think I've ever actually sat and read one of those books.
I actually do. I'm one of those people who, when I buy a special edition on DVD or Blu-ray, I want more of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I want the special features. I want the like the art book and behind-the-scenes stuff because that's why I always love to check out. It seems more and more nowadays you rarely get this kind of stuff because they think that doesn't really sell. And or like you said, you like, oh, it's nice to have. I'm not going to actively look at it, but it's nice to say that I have it. For me, it's like that's the whole reason why I wanted to check out all this stuff.
Oh, for real? I don't think it's the entire series.
You don't think so?
Well, yeah, it just says right there, Back to the Future, the animated series, 2 episodes. Brothers and Mac the Black, the 19 featuring live-action segments. So maybe it's the entire series, and just those 2 episodes have a lead-in with Christopher Lloyd?
Maybe, something
but that looks like it's just saying you're just getting the 2 episodes. But up at the top, it said everything.
Yeah, that's false advertising. God damn it.
Which one is it? My tiny nerd brain is confused, and when that happens, I get angry. And when I do that, I end up calling someone a faggot on the internet. And no one wants to use that word. No one.
The internet. You know.
I'm not a 5-year-old from the South.
To go along with this, Universal's already announced that they will be showing on October 21st. Back to the Future is going back to theaters. So, Jess and I went to go see Ghostbusters, the 30th anniversary, back in theaters, and that was just so much fun.
Dude, all the throwback movies are super fun.
With the exception of when we went to see Ghostbusters, there was this little girl in front of us, and it's great to see parents bring their kids in to go see that.
Yeah.
But this kid's just asking 1,000 questions a minute.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why?
I could see that being annoying. Well, because the last one I went to, Jessica remembers this, Dirty Dancing.
Oh, gee.
I took a... Huh? I took a girl to go see it, and it was cool because it was all grown-ups. Like, there was no kids there.
Mm.
Oh, that was fun. Like, everyone was singing along. Everyone was singing how they all had the time of their life. I felt bad because I took...
How many puns did you say during that?
Oh, I didn't say any because it's one of
Really?
those things I hadn't seen that movie in a long time.
Mm.
Like, I remember liking because I think it was Jessica used to watch it, and so did my Aunt Pat. And I took my this girl Becca, so we went and saw it. And it was just funny because every now and again, it's like, I would just sit there and watch the movie. Fuck, she's crying. But I mean, like, it was fun, and I want to do it again.
Mm.
I could easily see myself doing this.
Well, especially because if they do the one night only thing and they're going to show all 3 movies, one, take my money. I'm going to see all 3 of them.
Can I just watch the first 2 and be like, I'm good?
We could just sneak out. Don't need to go back to the Old West.
Come on, dude. Third one wasn't very good.
It wasn't that, yeah, I know. But you know me.
Did you think in the thousands of special features they'll have, like, the intro by Doc Brown from the original ride?
That would be amazing, even though I've already ripped that from YouTube, but yes.
Yeah, that too, man. Come on, just put someone in, like, an easy chair and be like, yeah, I'm totally experiencing this.
On a completely side note about that, there's actually, when you see in theaters now they do the 4D or the XD experience where the chairs move around like that? There's a company out there who's working on a home version of that. And it comes up and it sits underneath your couch, and it has your couch move around according to the movies.
That's retarded.
And they want like fucking $1,200 to $1,500 for this thing. Not to mention probably an additional price for every movie that actually has a 4D experience. And I look at that and I'm going,
I only know of one movie that has that, and that was San Andreas.
it's the only one that would feasibly make sense. But even then, I'm not going to spend $1,200 to $1,500 for something like that.
No, just get a back massager and squeeze it in the cushions.
There you go. Save, that's what, $1,200 off right there?
Yeah.
All right. We got to make some fun with this one because X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay. I got scared.
So they have the first images have come out due to a giant cover story on Entertainment Weekly magazine. Yeah. So we get to see Apocalypse. We see Psylocke. A lot of people were looking forward to see how Olivia Munn's going to turn out as Psylocke.
Well, because prior to that, she was like, oh, I had to be lubed up into my suit. Like, she's one of those people, like, she preys off of, like, horny nerds.
Well, look at her time on Attack of the Show.
I'm not doubting that.
I know.
Who do you think I learned this shit from?
Fair enough.
But, like, she went on Conan O'Brien and started talking about how she get lubed up into her suit because it was so tight. I know of at least 5 nerds that probably came in their pants right then and there.
Probably, yeah. But I will say, though, her outfit, out of everyone we've seen so far, I think is fairly close to the comic version.
Well, I haven't seen the back, but it looks almost like she's wearing, like, coattails. Because if you go to the top image, you can see where it comes down and scoops to the back.
I think it's just from the sash.
Like, no, look, you can see right there where it comes back. It looks like she has tails, like she's wearing a tuxedo vest.
You're right.
Or like a tuxedo without sleeves. That's what I'm most intrigued by.
Huh. Interesting.
But I mean, like, I find it funny because I know you and many other people made the Ivan Ooze comparison.
Oh, God. Come on, it was right there.
But remember, because even I just realized this, that's why I pointed it out. Even Psylocke looks slightly purplish.
In this picture.
And
in the set picture,
young Storm looks really purpley.
Yeah.
So I think that's just due to the flames. Like, maybe their bluish costumes are getting some kind of a red hint from shit.
From it, yeah.
Because, look, the entire background's pretty much red.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac, I gotta say that this version, we're not talking colors anymore. Just the character design for this version of Apocalypse.
Oh, he doesn't look intimidating at all.
No. He looks like he, ran off the set of Stargate SG-1 or something. I just... When the fact that there's this Reddit post that was extremely popular that when cosplayers have a more convincing and more threatening version of Apocalypse than the multi-million-dollar budget movie version does, you're doing something wrong.
Well, because everyone wants to be their own thing. They want to be dark and edgy.
And gritty.
And blue isn't scary. Purple is. And apparently, if you're in a Disney movie, green is scary.
That's right, Maleficent was like all green magic.
No, look at any villain in a Disney movie. At some point, there is a moment when there's green splashed on them.
That's true. Scar from Lion King.
When he's doing his little Nazi marching thing.
The old
Ursula
and Maleficent. Yeah, you're right. Huh. I guess green can be intimidating, but not threatening.
It's
intimidating.
Spooky.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're going
X-Men
for.
looks cool.
Yeah.
No, I know. That's why. Okay.
At least, like we were talking before, they actually have the good Quicksilver for.
Yeah, they have the good Quicksilver.
And actually, we could actually say at this point the only Quicksilver. So.
Well, the only one left.
Yeah, the only one left of the two.
I mean, my favorite thing when Jessica sent me that thing, it's like Captain America's shield is made out of vibranium and adamantium. What's Hawkeye's shield made out of? Quicksilver. Spoiler alert! Yeah, I mean, everyone else looks amazing. They look like they should be. I mean, even Sansa Stark looks like, Sansa Stark in the 80s.
Yeah.
No, like, let me just say, I'm still going to go see it. And I know I'm going to take my buddy Tony.
He's already cringing so bad at this, yeah.
So hard. Well, because he's pissed off because they showed the image. They talked about, it's Apocalypse and it's for horsemen.
Right.
And it was Magneto, Storm, Psylocke. And
the fourth one.
Magneto, Psylocke, Storm.
Can't remember the fourth one.
Oh, it's Archangel. We just haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, Magneto can't be one of the horsemen. Magneto's one of the ones that killed him in the comics. That doesn't make any sense. The fuck is this? I'm like, welcome to every other comic book I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you want to talk about this more? Come on, we can talk about it. He's like, no, I don't want to. And you saw him cringe.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to have that talk with me because he knows I'm just going to piss all over his childhood.
And he can't do anything about it because you're going to be completely right about it.
I know, it's going to be awesome when it happens.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll see this movie, it's either going to be good, or it's going to be really bad, and he's going to cry.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of crying, let's talk about it now.
Let's just talk about it and move on from it. Warner Brothers made the announcement that they have a partnership now with LeBron James Entertainment Company. Also, at the same time...
last week, Warner Brothers also re-upped their contracts to have the rights to anything Space Jam related. So now...
This is all but confirmed that there's going to be a Space Jam sequel.
This is why we can't make jokes. Because some people are like, yeah, that'll be brilliant.
Oh, my brother sent me a text when he sent me the link like, oh my god, it's going to fucking happen, oh god. Because he was a huge fan of
so am I, but not this.
he's a big fan of LeBron James. He's a huge fan of Space Jam. To him, this is a match made in heaven, passing the torch from Michael Jordan. I'm like, no, there's no torch passing needed.
Unless the torch is there to light him on fire.
Space Jam, the original one, was great because of the time that it was actually made and released. It worked well at that time frame. If the original Space Jam was released today, I don't think it would do nearly as well as it did back then.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I mean that...
Space Jam 2. Bugs Bunny is going to help LeBron not choke in the finals.
Space Jam 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture. All it makes me want to do is watch the original and forget this even happened.
I have it on DVD.
So do I. Made me sad that I bought it in a $5 bin at Best Buy. But...
Ouch.
Dude, that and Sandlot were in there in the same bin. I was part pissed and part done.
Do you know they're actually going to be making a sequel to, not Sandlot, but Goonies?
Yeah.
They've confirmed it's going through.
Yeah.
Why?
There's a sequel for Goonies, and there's a sequel for, there's another one of those movies, too. I just don't remember what it was. But if you look into it, technically there already was a sequel to Goonies.
What would you...
It was a NES game. It was actually called Goonies 2.
Really?
Yeah.
But we're not really going to consider that canon, though. We're just...
Probably not, much like the Night Before Christmas video game.
True. Very true.
Was it Oogie's Revenge or some shit?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I look at that and I'm like, that... Hollywood, please stop going back in time and saying, this worked well 20 or 30 years ago. Let's make a revamped version of it. But you keep on fucking doing it.
You and I both know
yeah, especially for the sole fact that Jurassic World made so much goddamn money. It topped Guardians.
Yeah, it's the number 3 highest grossing movie in the currently.
At that point, it's like Hollywood's now be like, we now have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck we want. We want to grab all the old school stuff and make new ones. The Last Starfighter is being turned into a TV series. Yes, I would love to have Tron 3. No, it is not my fault.
It's totally your fault.
It is not my fault. But yeah, Space Jam 2, most likely going to happen with LeBron James. Take it as you will.
Either way, at this point, because Warner Brothers keeps fucking up all the things, like their superheroes, and now their old school classic cartoons. The only good thing they have going from... even... Alright. One of the big things to come about this week is, nerds are crafty as shit. Someone went through all the source coding for the Arkham Knight video game and already found all of their possible DLC content that's going to come out. I mean, one of the big ones, they already knew that Batgirl was going to come out.
Right.
There's one that's supposed to have bring back some of the older villains that we've seen in the older games. Mad Hatter, Black Mask, Mr. Freeze, they're all going to be coming about. New skins and other things of that nature. But it's just weird, the fact that it's like, yeah, we're already doing this. This is happening. It's like, oh, before the studio even announced, we already found that shit.
Well, we already knew it was going to happen, and they would have to tie some of this already into the existing code to begin with, because when they were announcing the game, they also had enjoy this or buy this season pass to have all the DLC for one low price. So you knew there was going to be more.
No, it's not even all the content.
It's not.
No, they pulled like a cock tease. Like, you get all the content that comes out for 6 months.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like, that's their season. You get a season pass. It's 6 months.
So you're going to have to spend another $20 on top of that to get even more DLC.
Probably.
Whatever happened to, I'm going to pay $60 for a game, and
I'm going to get everything with
all
it?
I need.
You remember that thing called a Nintendo 64? Pretty much that was the last time everyone got everything they got on one disc. Or a cartridge.
Yeah, because... see, did PlayStation have DLC?
PlayStation 1 didn't really have DLC, but they had shit where it's like, oh yeah, you can unlock shit by doing this, and this. Like, you had to unlock and find shit.
True. PlayStation 2 definitely had a bunch of that in their games.
But I mean, like, the later versions, like, they definitely all had, you have to unlock shit, or you had to do this. Some extravagant bullshit thing you had to do.
Well, especially 2 generations ago, where you had the original Xbox, and then we had the PS3, and the Xbox 360. That was, I think... where it really solidified. You had the year of the unfinished game. Because now, you know what? You have a release date coming in 2 weeks, but we have 100 bugs out there. Don't worry about it. You can do a day 1 patch, no problem. And anything else that's not really that damaging to the gameplay, you can release that later on as DLC.
Dude, one of the things that's bothering me right now, or not really bothering me, just it's in the back of my mind, is we all know that PlayStation did announce they're going to re-release Final Fantasy VII, like an HD version. Now, my question with this is, are they going to fully make Final Fantasy VII, or are they just going to remake the Final Fantasy VII we got? Because remember, that game was supposed to be a lot longer, Aerith was supposed to come back and all this other shit. But because of time, they're like, fuck it, we have to cut off about a third of our game. Well,
they already came out and stated that this is not just an exact...
I know, but like I said, I get that. But does that mean they're actually going to say, you're going to get the full story? This is what we wanted you to have.
I bet you the answer to that is yes, but not all at once. They'll give you what was initially released...
By the Aerith chapters online.
Oh, God.
Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah. All the extra stuff that we wanted to get, the side stories, the after chapters. Revive Aerith, or
by the way,
because it's gonna be US version. Revive Aerith for $14.99.
Oh, by the way, did I tell you I finally played all the DLC that's been released for Batman about 2 days ago?
How was it?
Keep in mind, because I already told you I played and beat the game, but I never played. I didn't play any of the Harley Quinn shit. I didn't do the Scarecrow shit. I just played the Batgirl shit too.
How was that?
Harley Quinn shit knocked out in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Really?
Not long.
Well, thankfully, it was included with everything else. You didn't have to pay for that separately.
Scarecrow missions.
Good, bad.
Wasn't even a story. It took me a while to find it because it was in the AR challenge maps.
It's just a set of challenge maps.
What it is, it's Batman. You're racing around Gotham in the Batmobile, which I already told you how I feel about that.
Yes.
To get to a closed-off area where there's tank battles.
That's it? Why the...
It's three maps of that. I played one and said, fuck this.
I don't blame you.
Batgirl?
What about Batgirl?
She is slower and not as strong as Batman, and most of it is going, here, use the little cryptographer thing and hack that device over there, then fight 15 bad guys.
Repeat ad nauseum.
Repeat.
God.
That was about 15 to 20 minutes of my life.
So all these other upcoming possible DLCs like Season of Infamy, Gotham City Stories, does that now make you feel like this could possibly be good? Or after what you've dealt with already, you think it's probably going to be just like cheap little 10-minute knockoff bits?
I don't know. Like the one thing I'm intrigued about, because it says, let's see, where is it? Play as Batman's key allies in narrative missions, extending their storylines from both before and after the events of Arkham Knight.
But see, that's the thing that I wonder, though, because...
So, yes, if it's 10, 15-minute little missions, but it actually ties into the story, then yeah, I'm all for that. That makes sense.
The way they phrase it, though, worries me, for the sole fact that when Mass Effect 3 came out, the ending sucked. Because it just
when they did their ending,
and then when they did the extended version that'll extend it out, it was just an extra, 45-second video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You really didn't do much with that whatsoever. So I'm hoping, for both your sake and my sake, because I still want to play the game, that this doesn't follow that same path. It's actually something worth playing.
Well, I mean, it didn't get shit from the Mass Effect ending. I think this is just we'll release more as it comes out. But this is proof that, yeah, we already made it, and we could have given you a full game, because you paid for a full game. But instead, we're going to make you pay for it eventually.
I think all in all, with all of this stuff from Warner Bros. And DC, they really need to stop all production on stuff and just focus on the animated movies, because that's where all the fanboys are like...
Because I fucking told you.
Yes.
Since we last made a video, Mark Hamill came out and said, so you're making a Killing Joke movie. I'm in. If they make it in the same art style as Batman the Animated Series, the one that was on Fox...
Bring Hamill back.
It's
being run by Bruce.
It could be a 90-minute movie. I would still pay $60 for that.
Easily. Mark Hamill just needs the phone call. Call Kevin Conroy while you're at it and just go to town.
Are you kidding me? Kevin Conroy probably calls them. So I heard you got a new Batman in the works. Can I do it? I'm Batman.
Especially because nowadays, he used to be the de facto Batman for anything, whether it be video games or animated movies. He was always the one who played Batman. Nowadays, not so much.
No, he still is. The only difference is
No, there are Batman anime movies out there that
They'll
does not
occasionally
play.
do other shit where it's like, okay, we're gonna get another guy to do Batman because we don't want to be tied to this. When nerds get pissed off, they bring him back for another one.
Yep.
They basically tell Conroy to sit one out. Like, I feel like they're just trying to shuffle through till they can find someone because Conroy's getting old.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he wants to be considered a real actor.
And the whole thing with I remember talking to some voice actors before. They have, they talk about like this history of your voice acting career. You start off with being able to imitate some of the already known
the pre-existing people,
world voice actors out there. Then you get to the point where you become a household name. You're always being called to do these roles, and then unfortunately you get to the point of we want people like. We want, before we want Jordan. We want Jordan to voice this role. And then it gets to the point of, we want people who sound like Jordan to take this role. And then you're fucked. So hopefully that's not going to be the case with Kevin Conroy, but like with Mark Hamill, they're going to have to retire from this eventually.
Yeah.
So even if they make this their swan song, I'd be happy with that. Just do the Killing Joke right, or you will destroy.
Oh, you're gonna piss so many people. I think the only reason why they were so hesitant for the longest time was because they knew if they fucked it up, there's no way to recover from that.
No, there's not. You can say, I want to release a Batman animated feature every 6 months for the next 5 years, and people will say, no, you fucked up Killing Joke. No.
I don't know about that far. But I mean, there will be that,
There will be that
we've been
rage.
hurt before kind of mentality.
But we'll see.
But like I
what
said, I already
happens.
bought the season pass, so I'll have this shit regardless, just,
Let me know.
Yeah.
To wrap things up, I did want to make a quick mention about the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter.
Oh, the update to that?
Yes, they launched it during Sony's E3 press conference, and I've already given my beef on this. How yes, you're getting interest from the fans, but at the same time, you've already announced you're getting third-party funding, especially directly from Sony. Why'd you have the Kickstarter to begin with? But that being said, when it finished its run, it made over $6.33 million, over 69,000 backers.
Oh no, they couldn't get the 10 million required.
For the open world. I'm like, let's see. It's going to cost like $30 to $50 million on average to make a AAA title game. You got almost 70,000 people giving you money ahead of time saying, make this game, here is some money. Knowing the fact that my $60 is not going to account for, a tenth of the percentage of the budget for it, but to show that I have some sort of support for it. Sony better see this and go, okay.
Well,
the fans come out, they've definitely spoken,
so
they want
this 6 million isn't part of what everyone else is kicking in, this is just from here?
Yeah, this is just all the fans. The fans have donated or pledged $6.33 million.
Oh, so then why doesn't Sony just fucking kick in the other 3.6 or 7?
No, it'd be like 30 or 50 million. Or something like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what Sony officially announces how much they're willing to fund this development. But yes, Shenmue 3 is going to be made. It's going to be on a lot of platforms, and I cannot wait to play it, actually.
I never played the other one, so.
Well, I can always fix that. So. But that's going to be it for this episode. Do you need another drink in there, or you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. As our, I think we're going to wrap our browse of the internet for this week.
It was a slow week, I'm sorry.
It was a slow week, but we'll be back next week with some more information, see what happens throughout the week in the nerd world. So, for Geeks and Drinks, I'm Jason.
Jordan.
Cheers, internet.